frustrated. So much. So much. Life is going so well, but there are just some things that I can't live with, you know? I will say I was a lot more upset before I started eating, but this did thoroughly help. I made some rice and zucchini. I don't know if you can see it. Rice and zucchini. It's one of my faves. So, I'm getting sick. I currently have some timing runny nose, and my throat felt a little scratchy this morning. I was just like, great, I'm getting sick. But when I woke up this morning, my apartment was hella cold. Like, I didn't want to get out of bed. My apartment was so cold. And I live in North Carolina, so it's not like it's 30 degrees in the morning yet. It's probably like maybe high 50s in the morning right now, but I woke up this morning and my house was freezing. So I go downstairs and I go to turn the heat on. I was just gonna put a little bit on just to, you know, feel my legs again. And it didn't turn on. And there has been so much wrong with my apartment since I have moved in. And it's just like, I am a human paying rent. I feel like when you are a human paying rent, you should, there's a minimum. There's a minimum of things that you should expect and require in your life. You feel me? So my heat didn't work, and that kind of sent me into a rage. And not like a loud rage, more like a silent rage where I was just walking around my house cold and upset because there was nothing that I felt like I could do immediately. I'm not going to the office yet. I'm waiting for my boyfriend to get cold because by the grace of God, I hope I'm turning the heat on wrong. Like, I hope I'm making a mistake. I don't know how, because me and the heat were best friends last winter. I don't know how I'd be turning it on wrong, but you know what? We're going to give it the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully I'm making a mistake. So I'm waiting for my boyfriend to get home, and he's going to check it out and see if he can get it to turn on. And if not, we're going to talk to the office about it. But the heat is the most recent on a long list of shit in my apartment that doesn't work. I'm sorry, I'm looking for my brow palette. I'm gonna use an angled brush and go in with my Morphe brow palette, and I'm gonna use the darkest brown. So I guess where do we want to start? We can start in the kitchen. It's pretty much basically everything in the kitchen. Our very first issue was our light. We had a fluorescent light on the ceiling that, you know, just wouldn't turn on. It just wouldn't turn on. And, you know, I guess that shit's cute in the summer when the sun's out 24/7 and you have like the natural lighting in your apartment, so it's not that big of a deal. But, you know, sun's not out as much now. So it started to become even more of a problem. So they eventually replaced the light in the kitchen. But it had been a problem since I moved in. And I had complained about it so many times, and they kept sending maintenance in, and maintenance would like turn the light on and be like, oh, it turns on, it works. And it would only not work sometimes. So it's just like, I can't predict when you're going to come in and look at our light. Like, I can't predict when it's going to turn on and when it's not. Like, you just need to believe me and know that I'm in my kitchen at 1 o'clock in the morning without a light. Like, what? So they just replaced that. They just replaced that after I've been complaining about the light for like the past 3 months. So the light's fixed. What else? What else? Our dishwasher leaks, so we never use our dishwasher. It creates puddles on the floor. We've already had our sink replaced, I think twice. I know for a fact at least once because it flooded our kitchen. We had our sink replaced once. And then our stove. One moment. Our stove, well, first of all, the oven, the temperatures on the dial do not actually turn out to be the temperature that the oven decides to be. So every time we cook, it's kind of just like a free-for-all, like just hoping that it goes right, just hoping that it's going to be okay. And then the stove top, I was so upset I messed my brow up. And then the stove top The burners on the left, the two burners on the left are fine. They're great. The two burners on the right, the one in the front, unless you have it like slipped into the stovetop a certain way, it just won't turn on. It just won't turn on. Unless you shake it a certain way, and then if you're lucky, it will turn on. And then the burner behind that one, goes literally 0 to 100. Like, we will have it on the lowest dial, the absolute lowest one, and that eye will turn bright red and burn whatever you are trying to, eat. And I'm just so frustrated because I feel like I shouldn't have to complain about these things a million times. Like, I understand the dirty carpet. I understand, like, marks on the walls. I understand things like that. But food, my kitchen, like, what I use to create sustenance for myself, like, my roommates and I barely even cook because our kitchen is just out to get us, and just, it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. And we've had problems all over this apartment. Like, our toilet used to leak, our shower used to leak, everything. Just nothing was good. And now our heat's not turning on. I swear to God. I already went to the office and I was like, hey, not about the heat, but I went to the office about all the other problems that we had. I went about a couple weeks ago and I was like, look, can you please just switch us to a month-to-month lease so that we can start looking for somewhere else to live? And if we find somewhere, we don't have to worry about all the penalties of breaking our lease, because that'll mess up your credit. And she wouldn't switch me to month-to-month because she was like, she said she ordered me a new dishwasher and she ordered me a new stove that I've yet to see. But she said she ordered it. And you know what? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it. But she wouldn't put me on the month-to-month lease. And, like, I'm gonna go back today, and if our heat really doesn't work, I'm going to beg her, please put us on a month-to-month lease so we can find somewhere else to live and just go. You can't have people living like this. Like, I should know when my stove's gonna work, I couldn't cook a full dinner if I wanted to. Like, I couldn't cook a 3-course meal. I couldn't. Because you have to cook so little. Like, you have to cook things that are around the same temperature so that it just doesn't get too overwhelming, because you have to estimate the heat on the stove. And it's so frustrating. At this point, I don't really know what to do because I've already told the office about everything so many times. And, like, they send maintenance in, and then maintenance doesn't really do anything. And it's just a cycle. It is just a cycle. Very, very frustrating cycle. But it is what it is, I guess. Otherwise, life is going pretty well. Especially since my last chit chat. Get ready with me. As you can see, I didn't go to jail, so that turned out pretty good. Aside from normal millennial problems, life's pretty great. My business is going pretty awesome. We're always growing really fast. We meet so many people, and I feel like with a production company, you're growing depending on how many people you're meeting, because if you're not meeting people, who are you making content for? So we're meeting a lot of people and we're growing pretty quickly. We started off trying to just do content for businesses, but now we're kind of getting more so into productions and creating film and television productions. Not for any specific network yet, but we're kind of just like getting our people together. We already have leads, so now we're just trying to find like people to fill in the smaller roles so that we could actually start doing productions and having lots and lots of fun, which I'm very, very excited about. I am still thinking about how I'm gonna do a foundation routine for you guys. I'm thinking instead of doing a foundation routine, I could just do different, or like instead of doing one staple foundation routine, I can just do different foundation routines with different foundations, because I just feel like that's more honest. I will probably never have a foundation routine with just one foundation, just using one, because I'm obsessed with foundations. So I'm not going, there's just not a big chance of me marrying one for more than a month. So that being said, I'm thinking about just making foundation routines with different foundations. More like a series, if you will. So if you think you'd be into that, holla. Or let me know what foundations I should review. Right now on my list I have the Anastasia Stick Foundation, the Milani 2-in-1, the Benefit, Oxygen Wow. What else? I feel like I have one, oh, and the Black Opal Stick Foundation as well. Those are pretty much the 4 that I rotate between that I will probably be reviewing soon. I have no idea what kind of look I want to do today. No idea at all. I think I'm going to be super lazy and go with like a mask foundation routine today, because I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like all of the things. So you guys get to see me do that. Use Anastasia and Black Opal today. Let's use these two. Taking my Black Opal foundation stick in Suede Mocha. Just going around the warm parts of my face with this. I use this as a contour. I kind of stopped using a darker cream contour just because it didn't do anything for me. It didn't enhance my face. I find that I like it more when I just use a warmer foundation to do my makeup. And then I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation in Cocoa and using that to fill in the rest of my face. Alright, so now we see how crazy I look. And I'm just going to take a stippling brush. And this is just a buffing brush by, or I'm sorry, not a stippling brush, a buffing brush. This is by Real Techniques. And I'm just going to work on the outer parts of my face. And just, I do use a stippling motion. It's just not a stippling brush. Next I'm going to take a flat brush, and this is a Morphe E9. And I'm just gonna fan that highlight out. I like using this type of brush because it allows me not to lose the shape of my highlight. It allows me to keep my highlight right where I want it to be on my face. Okay, so now that I pretty much have all the colors placed on my face, I'm going to take this sponge and I'm just going to make sure that all the blending on the different areas of my face are seamless and that you can't see any lines between where anything's blended. I think I'm just aggravated because I'm actually getting sick. Like, now we have a real life issue that has come out of this problem, you know? Like, oh, it's just frustrating. I shouldn't be worried about this. I have other stuff to worry about. I shouldn't be worried about the heat in my apartment and the impending doom of winter. I shouldn't be worried about it. I'm gonna go ahead and take some of my Ben Nye Luxury Powder in Topaz or Camel. No, this is in Camel. Topaz is a little bit too yellow. Take some of Camel and bake with this. It's usually what I used to bake every day. I really hate this idea that only people with a substantial amount of money deserve to have decent living standards. Cause like, I understand, like, I don't live in the best apartment, you know, I live in like the Spanish Harlem of Charlotte, you know, so the architecture and the way the buildings are built on this side are not the best. And I get it because rent's super cheap. But that being said, just because people have less money doesn't mean that they deserve less standards when it comes to how they live. And I just don't know why we are made to feel this way. Because at the end of the day, I am still paying money. Okay.
Alright. How you doing?
I'm sick.
You sick?
Yeah. My throat's starting to hurt. My nose is running and I'm sneezing.
You take some Mucinex?
I should. Can you please check the heat? I'm just concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just concerned. Oh, I know what I want to do now. Okay. So I'm going to take this color, maybe? Take this color and put it on the outside of my eye. What's going on?
That's not working at all.
You can't go to the office yet because like every time I go to the office they send maintenance within 20 minutes and I'm not wearing pants.
Oh.
So we can wait for a little bit.
Okay.
At least till I'm done with my makeup.
Hmm?
At least till I'm done with my makeup. Do you think they'll be able to fix it?
I don't know.
When was the last time it worked? I know we tried it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was by accident too, so yeah. It should be working.
Our heat doesn't work. So you guys should know. I took this really dark brown down here and put it. Did you even see that? Yeah, right there. Put it outer corner of my eye, like out here. Ooh, I like the way that blends into that green. That's low-key pretty. Who is FaceTiming me? I cannot believe my throat hurts. So mad. Hey, you.
I wonder why your throat hurt.
Because they don't want us to be great. They don't want us to be healthy. Baby, it was so cold I needed to turn the heat on this morning, and I couldn't. It was so cold this morning.
And get the clothes from the heated blanket.
Okay.
In the meantime.
Okay.
I'm not going to be under with you because I'm going to sweat like crazy.
It's so cold. No, but because I need to be able to get from under the blanket, you know? Like, I don't know. I need for the house to not be an icicle. I just feel like I don't have the highest standards for this apartment. But they still don't meet my standards. I want to put a color under my brow. Oh, you're leaving me.
Yeah, I didn't want to mess up your tutorial.
You won't. It's a talk through. I started it because I was complaining about the apartment because no one was here for me to complain to, so I complained to my YouTube friends.
You want me to get any kind of food ready for you?
Actually, I just had some rice and zucchini. There's some left. I do think about like where I want to move and like how I want to live when I'm a little bit more established. And like my thing is I've never been the type to want, you know, a luxury condo or a big house. I just want efficiency. I want a house that I can know where everything is and put everything away where it's supposed to be. That has space, just a tiny bit, not too much, but something comfortable, you know? And I feel like with housing situations, people don't generally ask for a lot. But people act like we are. That's not cool. It's not cool at all. Still don't really know what part of the country I want to live in either, or if I really want to live in the country. I feel like everything's so open, especially like with this election. This election's going to determine so much. I feel like, you know, things will kind of continue on the path that they are in if Hillary wins, and then I feel like if Trump wins, everything's gonna change. And I mean like in like every sector of life. I think race relations are gonna change. I think like there will be new legislation. Like I don't know, but it definitely like determines where I'm gonna be, because if Trump wins, I can't stay in the South. We can't stay here. it's not gonna be safe. Not gonna be a safe environment. I've always known that I wanted to live like in the UK for a small portion of my life. I've always been interested because, you know, being a theater major, you learn about American theater and usually like British theater. Alright, we're almost done. Full lips today. I want to use Corey Cosmetics. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I'm going to use their Ebony Bliss on the outside and then their Bare Obsession on the inside. I didn't want a crazy lip today. I'm so drained. I'm getting sick, you know, so I just want this to be done. I'm hungry. I just ate. And I ate right before that. You know what, guys? It has been a struggle finding food that like is appetizing lately. I don't know why. Nothing is yummy. So I've just kind of been sticking to vegetables. Because vegetables never taste bad. But like, it's been hard for me to be like, okay, this is what I want to eat, and then like really geeked about eating it. I have had no appetite for the past couple of days. And like, I've already eaten 3 times today and I just got hungry again. So I guess I gotta figure that out. This is cute, right? So nice. Do you like it? This was kind of a talk through, but then I got really into doing my makeup. So, okay, so here you have it. Super quick get ready with me talk through thingamabobber. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like more like it, let me know. You know, you can do that by leaving me why am I talking so fast? If you would like to see more, make sure you give it a thumbs up, as well as leaving a comment to let me know you liked it. If you're not subscribed, please make sure you do so that you can see my next piece of content. And until then, I will talk to you later. Bye guys.
Alright, I can't remember the last time I had like literal bundles in my head. Probably over a year ago, like before I even revived my channel. So